You are Israel's defense minister. I can't let you go without asking you about Iran. While all of this turmoil is going through the Arab world, there still is an insistence on the part of Mr. Netanyahu particularly that Iran is the big story. Iran remains the existential threat to Israel. And yet we've had the outgoing chief of Mossad say just the other day that in fact he says Iran will not have nuclear weapons capability conceivably before 2015, and indeed if international pressure is kept on Tehran, they may not have it for years and years afterwards. Does that mean that Israel's threats toward Iran are now going to be
No. First of all,
diluted?
I would wish and hope to see this Arab revolt jumping directly from Tunisia and the streets of Bahrain to Tehran. But over there they are tougher, and the impression among moderate Arab leaders in the Middle East is that the world is tough on soft dictators and soft on tough dictators instead of the other way around. Iran will remain a major player. In the long run, it's a threat for them as well. But in the short run, they are elated. Now, we have to realize they are moving toward a nuclear capability. If they would have broken all NPT, which I don't believe they are going to do, they might reach explodable device within a year or a year and a half. That doesn't matter.
Well, that's not what Dagan at the Mossad says.
No, there is no contradiction. There is several years between explodable device, crude device, and a weapon that you can put on a long-range or middle-range ground-to-ground missile and use it. And that's the difference. I don't think that this is the point. The real point is that long before, the Iranians are extremely sophisticated, long before they will reach either the explodable device or the arsenal of weapons on the threshold, some kind of threshold situation, they will go into an immunity zone as a result of redundancy of their planning. Too much lowly enriched uranium, too much sites, too much defense zone. And we have to be realistic. If we want to really block them, we have to accelerate the sanctions, to accelerate the diplomatic siege in order that they will not flee into this domain of immunity where all that we can do is to make comments about it. It's for commentators, not for leaders. We should not reach this point.
But
and all along this way, we believe all the options should be on the table.
Well, I've heard that before, but I suppose what's different maybe is that at the beginning of this year, you as defense minister, you certainly said before the end of this year we may see Israeli troops having to go back into South Lebanon. There may be another Lebanon war. There was a lot of hot language about Iran. Are you prepared to say now that actually, because of the ferment in the Middle East, Israel has to tread even more carefully when it talks about the possibility of war in the region?
We do not encourage wars. We celebrate long periods, long intervals between wars. That's where we're doing our best. But we have to realize that after all, this is the place where you have to replace the lamb every other day in order to let her lie with the lion. It's a tough place. Tough place. You see it with your own eyes. So we have to be strong. I think that nowadays we should be satisfied that we are not at the centers of the screen, that these Arab issues are going to run themselves the right way. I'm with them. I'm optimist. I see the opportunities in every difficulty rather than the difficulty in every opportunity. I hope that Libya will be settled the right way by the recent decision about this no-fly zone, and that there will be readiness to act there, to make sure that Gaddafi will not survive for the long run. And by then, we will have to face the same realities. Iran has hegemonic intentions. Iran controls or can intimidate neighboring Gulf states. Iran, with a nuclear capacity, will end up with Turkey, Egypt, Saudi Arabia turning nuclear, and it will start the countdown toward nuclear material in the hands of terrorist groups, and that is the real terrible possible outcome.
Ehud Barak, we have to end there, but thank you for being on Hard Talk. Thank you very much indeed.